Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Rachel Kaiser, and I am a business coach, a productivity coach, and a mastermind facilitator. So, today is the first day for the kickoff of the Reset Rebuild Mastermind group, and I just wanted really to welcome you all. Um, Welcome anyone that actually will listen to this video. I hope you get some value out of it. So this is going to be a 3-week mastermind. It's an introductory to anyone. I'm inviting you just to get to know a little bit about me, and then also at least to know how a mastermind can work. And I welcome you to join me. So um, I yesterday just actually recorded the benefits of what a mastermind can be for anyone who wants to join one. I hope you can, look that up. If you do a search on Google for Rachel M. Kaiser, you find that, or just do a search for benefits, 10 benefits for Mastermind by Rachel Kaiser, Keyser. So, having said that, I'm going to just really give a brief overview definition of what a mastermind is, and then we can go on into regular programming. So, what's a mastermind? Again, a mastermind is a group of people that will come together. It's not this thing, it's actually a group of people that come together for a common cause to help each other, to really uplevel each other, and also to help each other be accountable. And by accountability, it's not the hard accountability that you're in trouble. It's rather people really taking ownership of what they need to do for themselves to accomplish their goals and therefore live a happy life. Okay, so that's what it is. Simple as that. So I myself, my experience, as I've shared in the past, is that I realized that at times when I worked, in isolation, it was difficult, especially when you're starting a new business or a new project of any kind. And usually you want to come together with other people that will be able to also encourage you and also kind of be your buddies so that you're not in isolation. Because I'll tell you many times that if anyone walks by themselves, because it's not an easy path, the path of entrepreneurship or the path of just doing your project, if you don't have other people around you, you could give up. Anyone could give up. Okay, so having those people is very crucial. Therefore, what we're going to do, I'm going to talk about really how I'm going to go about this. The first thing is I hope you set your goals. If you did not set your goals for the year yet, um, I'll give you some tips. If you did, great. I'll also give you some tips of the best way to set those up. I actually sent out a free document about that. I'd advise you, if you stick around until the very end, I'll share more information of how you can reach me if you do not have that document. It's a PDF. It was a free PDF I created at the beginning of the year in January. So if you've created goals, great. If you haven't, great. Also, it's okay. I'm going to just give you some tips. So what is the best way to create or go about creating your goals? I've done goal setting workshops. I still do them, and I did them actually at the beginning of the year. So when you're setting goals, the best thing is, first of all, give yourself some space where you'll be by yourself. You won't be disturbed. That would allow you really just to think. Okay. I don't want to go into the details of reviewing last year's goals. Those are other things that I'll talk about maybe sometime in the future. But my hope is that you did that for yourself whenever either the year is ending or a new year begins. It's best to always look back, review what went right, what may not have gone right, and see what maybe you could change in the new year or what may need to be done differently, okay, or what you learned. And if, from what you learned, what didn't go well or as you expected. So after you do that, then you really just go within yourself and find out what it is that you want to be. If you can start from where you would like to be or who you'd like to become, it's always a great thing because it helps you project the future, how you want that future to look for you. Okay, you can do 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. In this case, I'm just really giving for the year that anyone is in, which is this year. Okay, so excuse me, once you sit down, you know, write down the goals. Do not edit yourself. Write down the things you want to achieve for the year. And for about maybe 10, 15 minutes, okay? Do not edit yourself. Once you've done that, look at those things and then see which really are the main things you want to accomplish for yourself for the year, okay? Once you do that, at least cut those down. First of all, when you write down those goals, I would suggest maybe get to 20 even, 15 to 20 goals all together, and then cut those down to 10. Once you cut those down to 10, look in which different areas, okay, of your life, because let's remember to not only concentrate in one area. Many of us, I included, if I don't do it intentionally, we can end up really just concentrating mostly on either the business or a career or things along that, that line, things that help us to get incomes or revenue, really to live, which is not a bad thing. The only thing is we have to have some balance, because imagine if you have a family and you're always at the office for so many hours, you're going to end up neglecting your family, or you neglect your physical wellness, things like that. So it's always good to keep it in a balance. So therefore, the recommended 5 areas or pillars of goals that I usually recommend are, there's always usually 5. So I recommend either you work on your business goals or career, and then you work on your personal, okay, personal. By personal, I mean you yourself. If you're married, if you have a family, if you have kids, I would like you to learn to do something for yourself. That is very key. And we get into self-care around that. And just doing things that bring you pleasure. Otherwise, if we're always giving, we end up giving from a place of emptiness. And it ends up not being a good thing, okay? So make sure that you remember yours, personal, and then also physical. Physical will entail, actually we could say wellness and physical wellness. Okay, so it entails a body, um, and how we do exercises or anything that helps us to stay fit or in good health. And then spiritual could be religion, or it could be just a spirit, mind, body, spirit. So this doesn't have to be religious, or it could be for you, or you could split that. It could include all the above. Okay. For example, spiritual could be that maybe someone who has a church group, they maybe meet every day, not every day, some day of the week, every week, to have a Bible study. For anyone else of a different religion, it could be they meet every day to review something, from their faith. Okay, faith. And then they could also be spiritual, which is like meditating, at the beginning of the day or end of the day or things like that. So you see what I mean? Two different areas of spirituality. That could mean, it could only mean one for you if you don't have any faith, or it could mean one or the other or both. Okay, either way it's okay. And then you have mentor. Mentor is usually where you are making sure that you're doing some kind of self-development. It could be through your books, it could be through a seminar, it could be through a conference or things like that. But it entails all of that. So just make sure that it falls under those areas. So once you do that, they all don't have to be under all those areas at once, but at least make sure that you set a goal around those areas. And then the other big one, which is 6, I used not to do personal. I started recently to add personal. 6 is financial. You want to have financial goals for you and your family, or you and yourself, or you and your loved ones. So make sure that those pillars, you could even, I mean, there are many other pillars that people may say. Sometimes they say 7, but I'll stop at 6. Okay. So having said that, once you do that, you're going to narrow this down at least to 3. Okay. And by 3, I mean that, sorry, 3 to 5 goals. Narrow those down, 3 to 5 goals, at least in each area. Now, in one of the areas I mentioned, which are the pillars I mentioned, that's what I mean. You could have just one. That is okay. It could be one for you for the whole year, or one for you, for a certain period of time. So once we do that, we're going to look and see how we can prioritize those 5 goals that we've set for the year. Okay. Now, those are the high priority goals for you. And so once you look at those, prioritize them. Now, prioritizing could be different things to you or for anyone. It could be something that will have a higher impact for you at the beginning of the year financially, or it could be something that has a high impact for you and your family, depending on what was going on, or spiritually, or things like that, physically. If you want to really, your health is not in good, you're not in good health, rather, maybe you want to lose weight, or maybe you just want to feel better, because there are many people who may not need to lose weight, but they may not feel well. So you want to really concentrate on your health. Why? Because actually health is wealth. If you don't have health, most everything else you won't be able to do. So it's that important. So I mentioned that because it could be different things that are high priority for anyone. So I'm going to go with giving example of finance. Okay, in this case, you set a goal for finance, and health. Okay, so once you do that, you say at the beginning of the year, this is the thing I want to first accomplish. At least make sure that I put myself on the path to accomplish it. Okay, and then the best thing to do, the next thing is, I think you've heard of quarters for a year. A quarter is a 3-month period of the year where, it's Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay, so 12 months divided by 3 is 4 quadrants, so 4 quarters. And you prioritize the most high impact one for you in the first quarter to accomplish that in the first 3 months of the year, and then the second, the third, and so on. You could, if they're not that big, you could do 2 for a quarter, and so forth. Okay. So once you do that, then make sure that you set yourself at the end, this is what I want to accomplish, and then you're going to actually reverse engineer and work backwards. So what you do, you're going to, first of all, really cut it up for each of the 3 months, and say, by this end of this month, I want to accomplish this. By end of this month, I want to accomplish this. And then end of this month, I want to accomplish this. And then once you do that for each month, identify, therefore, the tasks that you may need to do every week in order to accomplish, the sub goals that you created for the month. Once you identify the tasks, then I want you to actually divide those up into daily tasks and say, hey, this is what I need to do. Sometimes we may not know everything. And actually, me as a coach for productivity, and also really as a mastermind coach, those are the things that will help you, because we tend to go a bit deeper into that. Anyway, once you've done that, then you're ready to start. So this is where now I come in. So we're in the second month of the first quarter of the year. Hopefully, you know what it is. You have set up what you'd like to accomplish. If you haven't, that's the thing I would help you with, because I don't know what it is that you'd like to accomplish. But as I gave an example, say you wanted to make $1,000 in the first quarter. So you divide that into 3. So 1,000 divided into 3 would be, no, for ease of calculation, I'm going to say 3,000, okay, for the first 3 months, which is a quarter. So then you say each month I want to create $1,000 by the end. So if I'm to create $1,000, what is it that I'm going to serve people to do? Okay. And by that, that will help you then determine how many people you need to serve, depending on what your price is, what your packages are, and how structure that. You then determine how many clients do I need to have for every month at the very least in order to get this 1,000. Okay. So you create a number. Let's say, if it's 1,000, let's say, I need whatever I'm offering, maybe is about $300. Really, this is an arbitrary number, so I'm just giving an example. So if it's $300, we determine that, let's say 250. Sorry, I'm going to back up a bit. So if it's 250 or 200, let's say 200. If it's 200, we say we need 5 clients. Okay. So by that, 200 times 5, you get, 1,000. So by that, if we know we need to have 5 clients, then we say, hey, how many potential people will we either talk to, or will we, help out? Remember, sometimes you're not going to be able to convert everyone from a prospect into a customer. But the main thing is that you're going to offer value, you're going to talk to people, and determine how many people you want to talk to. Because out of that, maybe you get 1 person or 2 or 3 eventually. But that's the number. Then you work it backwards, okay? I hope that makes sense. So that's where we are. So anyway, so starting from where we are right now, what you do is, you set those goals up, and then, you determine what it is you're going to do. If you're going to do your health, let's say it's exercise, you say, hey, by the end of the month, perhaps I want to lose, let's say 10 pounds. Okay. So if it's 10 pounds every month, we divide that and say, hey, if it's 10 pounds every month has about 4 weeks. So how many pounds roughly do I need to lose? Okay, so that will come to about 2.5 pounds, let's say, every week. So then you tell yourself, if it's 2.5 pounds, what do I need to do to attain that? And then you set up a schedule for yourself. You say, hey, I'm going to go either to the gym, or if you're not part of the gym, even outside, actually you can attain that. I'll be running, or I'll do some exercise, or I'll walk the dog, or I'll do whatever it is that will help me have exercise. Okay. Additionally, that I'm going to eat better. If I was eating certain foods, maybe I'm going to cut them out or cut back. Again, sometimes if you cut things out just drastically, you could sabotage yourself. So the best thing is to cut back a little bit than cut out completely. So you go incrementally, reducing that, and then eventually you can leave that. That's the way to go. So that's how you do it. You kind of work backwards, okay? And then, of course, you make sure that for each of these goals you've set, that you're tracking yourself, okay? Those are some of the things actually I help people with. At least I'll give you some templates to track what it is that you may be working on for a goal. Anyway, so once you do that, make sure that you're tracking yourself. If you don't attain the goal, be nice to yourself, be gracious to yourself, and give yourself grace. Okay. Just know that you're not going to, sometimes we may we may aim for the sky but fall on the mountain. Either way, if you made sure that you took action, you have still won. Okay. So the best thing is to just keep being consistent and going on and going on, and make sure that you don't lose track, or you don't give up. But that is where we need an accountability partner. Okay. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't already, do start on your goals. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I can help you with that. If you to reach out to me, you can do info info.resetrebuildacademy@gmail.com. Again, Rachel Kaiser, and you can reach me at info.resetrebuildacademy, one word, except the dot, info.resetrebuildacademy@gmail.com. So I would love to, help you, however that may be. Otherwise, I hope you're doing well, and I look forward to talking to you. Bye, and remember to always be graceful to yourself, gracious to yourself. Give yourself grace. If you attain your goal, yes, make sure you celebrate that win. If you don't, there's always another time, another chance. The only way to do that is to keep going forward. Okay? Do it, and don't give up. So I encourage you, if you need any help, reach out. Any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I'll talk to you on Friday. I hope you can join me on Friday. So just to let you know, how we do it, Monday is really we get together, we set our goals for the week, and then Friday we check in and see how we're going. If also we're having difficulty, you can ask questions, you can have the group come together and we make suggestions. I myself, actually, I can give you some coaching of how you can attain some of those goals. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you on Friday. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.